Hey guys, welcome back. Learn for Two podcast. This is Brandon DeVere. Thank you as always for tuning in and sharing your time with me. I do appreciate that. Today we're heading into episode number 2 of the local business owners here in Las Vegas interviews, and we're going to start with John Domenico and Chris Scarpulla of the Great American Pub. How you guys doing today?
Good. Doing awesome. Thank you. How about you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, hey, I first want to start off by saying thank you. I met you guys a number of years ago, and I had to support it today. Right here with the Great American Pub jersey. When you guys sponsored our softball. Yeah, you guys.
For that.
Yeah, you guys sponsored our softball team a few years ago, and I've been coming in ever since, and love both locations. I typically spend most of my time at the Flamingo location over here on the west side. But just if you guys can kind of give us an idea a little bit about your pub and what you have going on.
Well, we closed up when the governor asked us to shut down, and in the meantime, we've been just doing some odds and ends around the bars, cleaning them up, and painting and touching up. We're painting bathrooms, and we opened last Friday for curbside, and we're just we're keeping in touch with our customers through texts, through phone calls. They drive by. It's funny when we walk outside of these bars. Sometimes they see us out there, and literally they're driving by the bar and they pull up, they put the window down, and like, please, can you guys reopen? We miss you so much. And it's it's a good feeling. We've had a decent turnout for curbside, but more than anything, I think curbside is just to have a connection with everybody as far as the staff, the front of the house staff, the kitchen staff, and our customers. It makes everybody feel really good.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I can definitely feel that. There's been multiple times where my wife, Eve, and I have left. Like somebody would have a party or something at a neighboring bar, and we'd be like, all right, time to go. And then we'd head over to the pub, just because, the atmosphere. You have, Paul there. I wrote a story about Paul a few months back, and it was, I popped in, my son lost his tooth. And so for the tooth fairy, we do $2 bills and just two tooth. So it was kind of a joke with that, but I went to the casino, couldn't find any. Went to the bank, they're like, nope. I was running out of options, and I popped in, and Paul was right there, and I said, hey man, I told him the story, and he's like, that's awesome. Hold on. He starts asking around, and I guess you guys had sold a bunch back to the bank or something recently. I guess you collect them for a while, and then he's asking people all around the bar if they have anything, and then he's like, oh wait, hold on. He remembered somebody gave him a $2 bill, who knows when, tucked away in his wallet, and he's like, here you go. And I tried to pay him for it. He's like, no, man, it's all good. That's awesome.
I love that story.
Yeah. So, I mean, and those are the type of things, like, that's why I keep coming back, right? Is not because I can go get a drink anywhere. Right. But when you have these people, when you walk in and, talk football with these guys, and, at both locations, you just feel like, the closest I've ever been to Cheers, I guess, how I feel when I head in there. So you mentioned that you are doing like curbside and stuff like that. Are you doing anything differently, or have ideas of anything else that may go on?
As far as when we reopen, as curbside? Well, first of all, with the curbside, we are offering draft beer takeout and growlers. We're offering 6-pack takeout and wine bottles as well, which includes champagne splits. So
yeah.
Okay.
And we cut down quite a bit too. We cut down. It's a limited menu. It's available on the website, but there's about 7 or 8 items I think on there right now.
Okay.
Training,
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I assume that's the Philly's got to be on there, right?
Philly's on there. Hamburgers, chicken fingers, chicken breakfast burrito, which if you haven't had it, that's life changing.
Yeah. I get stuck in my I guess my patterns sometimes, and I'm in there, and it's always getting the Philly. It's hands down my favorite, definitely in town. So that is something I'm looking forward to is getting one of those here pretty soon. As you start going, I saw you posted on Facebook the other day. Follow your Facebook page, and you guys are keeping in contact with the clients and customers there as well. And I noticed that you said that there was, exciting stuff coming up in like the gaming stuff. Like it wasn't anything you could really mention, but you sound like you're pretty excited to be able to move forward with what's going to go on with the new changes in that.
Well, we haven't gotten anything firm, but we've gotten a couple letters from Gaming Control. They are they're well aware of what we need to do to open. They're starting to give us some guidelines as far as sanitation and how we would open. We have to abide by everything that they ask. But we're hoping that just by reading these letters that it comes sooner than what we've been hearing from the news and from the governor.
Yeah.
We're hoping it's not at the end of the month. We're hoping it's in the next 2 weeks. But we're preparing we're going to be the most sanitized bar that there is. I mean, we've got samples of sanitizer that have come in from vodka companies. They're making 750-gallon drums of it. They're sending us packages that have, that's Drake's, by the way, packages that look like little popsicles that you put in the refrigerator. They're plastic with sanitizer in them, spray bottles. We're working hard. We've talked to Ecolab. We've talked to Nevada Linen, Cintas. We'll be really prepared for all that. And we're hoping that, I don't know, we're going to meet with our gaming partner and see if we can maybe move some machines off the bar, but we don't know how that'll work out.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is this something that obviously it would be speculation, but is this something that you think is going to be long-term, like the way that gaming bars are going to be from now on, or just until things kind of get more under control?
And as a matter of fact, I just got another letter this morning, and they're doing like a 60-day window where you don't have to do the things that you would normally do if you were going to move machines. You'd have to submit a diagram, and they'd have to approve it and come back, and they'd have to walk the site. And the way the letter read this morning is we don't have to do any of that for 60 days, because it sounds like they're thinking maybe, after 60 days or right before the end of that, maybe they'll reevaluate it. But I think, we're hoping that we'll just get back to normal in about 60 days after we open.
Okay. Awesome. And are you, you got to be missing everybody coming in and the staff.
The routine of daily life of, stopping and talking and hearing about everybody's stories and their families. And, and that's one of the things that I have to say when I'm not kidding you at all. When I say that we walk outside these bars, these people are driving by and they see us, they stop. Some of them aren't even buying curbside. They just want to stop and talk. Yeah. And we catch up, and honestly, I've got to say it's happened at least 7 times at both locations where people are driving by and they just want to see somebody from the Great American Pub staff.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get it. Every time I'm in there, I see, some regular faces in there as well. And again, you guys provide, some of the top service in the city, that's for sure. When it sometimes doesn't need to be, like the $2 bill story is still, I'll share that, forever. And
that's the definition of hospitality and kindness.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Going above and beyond.
Yeah. And it wasn't even the fact that he gave it to me for free. He could have said, no, sorry, man, don't have anything. Not interested. But yeah, that's really, really exciting. And as far as, moving forward long-term, other than like the next 60 days and things like that. But you still feel that, we'll be able to kind of get back to normal and kind of get things running.
As far as operations for us, I think it'll be, it's going to be increased attention to detail, especially for, cleaning the bar tops and the machines and making sure people are sanitizing their hands properly. That's going to be, I don't know whether that's going to fall completely on us, but it'll be something they're aware of, and we'll make sure that they're sanitizing themselves, right? Yeah. And then I think after a couple months, we continue, but I think we go back to day-to-day operations. I think our day-to-day operations will be the same, but they'll just be increased a little bit of more watching out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm kind of anticipating a little lull here. It's not going to be exactly as it was when we left off, and we know that. But there's any kind of silver lining. If you can survive this, there's going to be some attrition in some small businesses and gaming bars too. And so, the less bars, the more people that can come to congregate in one bar. So we're hoping that balances out. We're not really planning on it. We're planning on being a little tighter than we have been as far as our expenses and things, but. Yeah, we're hoping. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Do you plan to have any type of like welcome back party or like a grand opening party or something like that?
It's so funny because one of the requirements is going to be 50% capacity. So you can only have 50%. With us, that's going to be about 53, 54 people. So,
Okay.
Our parties, we blow them out. We have 100, we tend to go over capacity, and we filter to the outside and overflow. So it's a catch-22. We want to have a big party. We want to catch up on all the things we missed, but we can't have more than 50 people.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can sell a ticket or something for a couple different ones, right?
The golden ticket.
The golden ticket, yeah. Curbside pickup. Who's got the golden ticket in their whatever they picked up? They get to come to the grand opening.
Well, you do like that, marathons. They do those stages. They put 150 people on the stage, let them go for an hour or two, and out they go, and here comes 50 more. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's awesome. So outside of the business, like, how are you in personal life? Like, Chris, I know your daughter is in school, right? And she
has more schoolwork now than she's ever had in her life.
Yeah. But I mean, it's crazy. I have two kids at home. One of them is bored out of her mind. The other one, he's 7 and he's just like on fire, running around like crazy. So, he's not quite as affected, but just like now, we're spending a lot more time at home now, than what we were. How is that, like transition and overflowing back and forth?
Well, I think with my youngest one, she goes back and forth between her mom and I. And I think just the fact of being around her parents every day, I've seen this cool little personality coming out in her, and she's been doing amazing. My older daughter, I haven't seen her very much. We've done some social distancing, walking, and things like that. That's a whole different situation there. But I've tried to take as much out of this personally as I could. That's good. I think feels like the sky's a little bluer. The birds are chirping a little bit louder. Mm-hmm. And I think you appreciate what you have in life. And, we're just trying to make the most of it and stay as positive as we can.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing right now, is that there's, the mental aspect of it. You can go one way or the other. And right now I feel we have an incredible opportunity to become something, more, or add value to us as people, as characters, as business owners, and do that. And that time, that I've been hearing that as a common theme, like around family more, that you'd be going around. We went from having soccer 6 days a week to no soccer, and we're home at night. We're like, how's everybody here? Everyone's here for dinner at the same time. What's going on? And it's a nice, I guess, a nice reconnect.
I've been going to the same park for 12 years. Usually when I go, there are maybe 6 people that I have to share the park with my dog or the kids. Last night I went, and I literally found the last parking spot in the parking lot for the park. It was insane. So there's so many people. Think about it. The gyms are all closed. People are outside walking and running, and mm-hmm. they're bringing their dogs out. Their kids are playing. It feels like you're going back to the 70s, where people didn't have so many things that spread them out. Spread them so thin between activities and running here, clubs, whatever it may be. They're out enjoying the parks right now.
Yeah, exactly. 100% right. And it's kind of a nice feel. I mean, I see people walking around my neighborhood way more than I did before, not even at the parks, but just walking around all over the place. But John, I've seen a couple of you and your wife's videos on Facebook. You saw a couple where you're doing the Cowboys and Indians jerseys.
Yeah. We've had a good time with it. It seems like the enthusiasm's waned a little bit here. Like when we first got into quarantine, it seemed like everybody was doing something. Yeah. But I've been gone for a while. Really couldn't get back to Nevada because I live in Texas, and been back here for about 4 or 5 days now. And it's a little bit bittersweet. It's very, very sad to go to the airport and not see anybody. Mm-hmm. 19 people on my plane. 19.
I saw that video. Yeah.
Yeah. It was yeah. And masks and everything, but we do what you can do, and we just try to keep a good positive attitude, stay in touch with everybody, and build a little golf course.
I was gonna say, he built a golf course.
I got the worst golf course in Texas right now around my house. I got the worst greens and the worst tee boxes, but it's the most fun. So
well, it'd be perfect for me.
Get a tee time.
I said it'd be perfect for me because I'm the worst golfer. I just pray to hit, if I can hit it straight like once per round, I'm okay.
funny.
I always joke with people. I was like, you guys take too few swings. I'm getting my price per swing is going way down. You guys are paying too much for this golf.
You were talking too about, you guys were talking about the parks and how busy the walks are. My wife and I, we walk through the neighborhood, and, we used to just walk to actually exercise. We can't do that anymore because as soon as the neighbor sees you, they're jumping out the door, hey, how you doing? So you're going like a mile and a quarter in 2 hours, it's just super, it's super cool though. Because, people really, they're just craving this interaction with people, I think. And, we do it every single day. And, gosh, just to shut it off was really tough.
Yeah.
John called it a reboot. And I think it's exactly what it's going to be for everybody.
Yeah, I think so. And although this is nice, I mean, I interviewed you guys before for a different podcast that I had. And that was, we're all kind of sitting there in that, like, feel the energy, feel the atmosphere and all that. There's something to be said for that connection right there, and we could do this all day, all over the country, all over the world really. But having that face to face, I think you're right. And I think people are going to appreciate that a little bit more, as we get reintroduced to everybody. I don't know if you've seen that meme that says how everyone's going to be hugging for the first time out of quarantine. And it's that scene from, is it Step Brothers, where Will Ferrell is like trying to hug his brother, like all awkward.
Well, what's funny is we've noticed here. So with curbside, we're here, the managers are here, but we're all separate from each other. But when somebody has to leave, for all these years, when someone leaves, we hug, we kiss, we shake hands, we do whatever. Now they're like, we had a waitress the other day. She goes, okay, I'm going to go. And we all like, okay, see ya. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
Because you're not giving the friendship and love that you're used to giving all the time. Mm-hmm. It's kind of strange.
Well, what happened to me recently was I was over at the Smith's, the grocery store over on Trop, and I first noticed it a few weeks ago. I was walking out of there, and I saw kind of an old woman start to struggle with her bag in her cart, putting it in her car, and my natural instinct is to go help her. But then I was like, I'm in this spot where I should help her, but is she going to be – now am I a jerk because I didn't help her, or am I a jerk because I went to go help her and, then I might get her sick? So it's definitely playing with your mind in certain ways. I think we'll get back to it and it'll all be good. So hopefully you're going to have some sort of a grand reopening or something like that. I'd be looking forward to something like that. What is the best way right now and in the future that people can support you? Is it, sharing your Facebook post, getting building up things like that? Is doing curbside pickup for right now?
I think sharing our posts, but also supporting not only us but all mom and pop small businesses. I see all these people lined up at Chick-fil-A and Wendy's and all these different places, and that's great. But it's the little guys that need the support more than the big corporations. And we support other restaurants and all the small businesses like we've always done that. Mm-hmm. But just people need to be more aware of it now than ever.
And they supported us too. The folks from John Cutter's, we'll throw some plugs out there. John Cutter's, great guys. They came in here. Whole staff came in. Didn't come in. Ordered curbside. Born and raised. Everyone. We're all just trying to help each other out. The little guys that have opened, and hopefully a few of the other ones you're going to see start opening too. I think because everybody's going to want to. They're not going to want to just turn the switch on if they say, yeah, you're good to go. I think everybody's going to want to get their kitchens going and get their people back into the swing of things. So, yeah, get out there and support them if you can, but also support us too.
Yes, absolutely.
And don't forget about
it. They can go on our website, gaplb.com. It's got the updated curbside menu. It's got the regular menu and everything else for when, down the road. But it's got, pictures of our staff and parties and just different things. And then both phone numbers are available on the website as well as the curbside menu on the website.
The beer's been really popular too, by the way. Yes. I wouldn't have thought people would buy growlers, but I guess it's a thing now. When I grew up, there was no such thing as a growler. But yeah, you get 64 ounces of beer in a big jug, and it's draft beer, cold draft beer. And one guy came by, picked up a growler, and went golfing. So came back when he was done.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Yeah, I'm from the Northwest, so I mean we have there's so many breweries. It's growlers all over the place, right? So, but out here it's just not as common. But now that's awesome that you're offering that. Do you have any plans to do like a happy hour or anything, like a virtual happy hour, like some of these places are? I've seen not necessarily businesses doing it, but people doing like a get on a Zoom call like this and everyone like have a cheers.
We were doing Friday night Zooms at 7:00 for a while with a big group of friends and customers.
Awesome.
And it's still every Friday, but now with the curbside running around, it's they still keep it going. They still stop by, and some of them they stop, at the same time they sit and they talk together for a little bit. They miss each other. That's one of the things about the pub is that, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of local bars. These people become lifelong friends, and these businesses that aren't considered essential, in people's minds, they are essential. And we're proud of the fact that we've got so many people that care so much for each other.
That's awesome. And you guys are doing it right there. And I appreciate you guys, everything that you're doing, trying your best to get everybody. And like you said, there is a mental aspect to this where, when things that are essential, when you're sitting there and you're used to going and talk to somebody, some people go lay on somebody's couch to decompress. Others, go and meet in a place like your establishment. It's a Great American Pub and share their stories with others. So very happy to have you guys on. I'm rooting for you for sure. I can't wait to get in there and get a Philly. That'll definitely be the first bar I hit up. So anything else you guys want to share?
No, thanks. Just tell everybody, just go out there, just, call people,
Keep in touch with people.
Keep in touch, call,
Your family, your friends, people you haven't talked to in a long time. It's the FaceTime conversations I've had over the past couple weeks have been priceless. Some have been unbelievably long, but they've been priceless.
Yeah, there's a party app. Have you heard of House Party app?
Yes.
So my cousin's birthday was a couple weeks ago. We did the House Party app, and next thing you know, we got on about 9:00, and their device, whatever they were using, died. So I got a text from his wife, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the phone's dead. We're gonna call it a night." It was 12:30. We've been on for 3.5 hours, just having a drink and going back and forth. But they live up in Seattle. I'm here, but it was a lot of fun. So. But again, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And here's to opening sooner rather than later.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Thank you.